Welcome back, you guys, to YOGALATES with SJ and to this at-home full body workout. This is a 20-minute low-impact routine that you can do absolutely anywhere. So you can wear shoes for this, or you might simply have bare feet here. And we're just starting by marching on this spot. So just taking some time here to arrive and just marching on the spot, lifting the knees up. And we're starting slowly, and as you start to feel a little bit more energy, you can start to lift those knees up a little bit higher, starting to softly engage into the core and swinging the arms a little bit more, letting the shoulders come down and away from the ears, starting to breathe a little more deeply, inhaling through the nose and exhaling all the way back out the nose. So as we move through here, we're going to be working through every muscle throughout the body without any equipment at all. And we're going to be getting all of the good things here in this workout, as we always do here on the YOGALATES with SJ channel. So starting to lift those knees up a little bit higher, feeling that connection of the feet as you place each foot down, and finding that beautiful core engagement, lifting up out of the pelvic floor, feeling that long line all the way up out the top of the head. And breathing deeply, inhaling in, maybe sighing out the mouth, just letting go of any tension that might have been there from your day so far, and keeping it moving. Using your core to lift the knee up even higher. Maybe you're starting to swing the arms a little bit more, feeling that connection into the arms, and also really using that core to lift the knee and lowering the foot back down, and doing the same thing on the other side. We are bringing the intensity up a little bit here. And you can go fast with this, or you can move slower, but just really focusing on using the leg muscles, the glute muscles, as well as the core to lift the knee up, lowering the foot down and coming to the other side, and really bringing your mind to those muscles that we're working. Maybe lifting it up even higher, guys, and keeping your breath going. So breathing deeply in through the nose, out the nose. Now we're starting to bring the arms forward. So one arm comes forward, the other arm comes back as you connect into the back of the arm that's coming back. And you are reaching forward and reaching back. And then we are just coming back to just keep everything moving here. So you are moving through those feet, moving through the arms, keeping your breath going, not holding your breath, breathing deeply in and fully out. Relaxing the shoulders down and relaxing the jaw, all the muscles of the face, and maybe moving a little bit faster, feeling the heart rate coming up a little bit more. Now we're bringing the chin to chest, keeping this going and just lengthening out through the back of the neck. So letting the head hang heavy, then bringing the head back through center, and you are gazing over the right shoulder, keeping that march going and finding that nice length through the side of the neck, and then bringing the head back through center and coming to the other side, gazing over the left shoulder. Soft gaze as you feel that nice lengthening of the side of the neck, the side of the head, and coming back through center with that head. Keeping that march going. This is really good for your coordination as well here. And then we're starting to sweep the arms all the way up, looking up, exhale as you press the palms out to the side. Inhale, sweeping the arms up, looking up, exhale, pressing the palms out to the side, keeping this going. So you are sweeping the arms all the way up, keeping the legs going, pressing the palms out as you flex those fingers back towards the face. Nice work, keeping that core engagement. Now we're coming up high onto the balls of the feet, so coming up really high here, lifting the heels up, keeping your march going, finding your balance here, finding length all the way out the top of the head, having a neutral gaze, so the head is in a neutral position. There's a bit of space between the chin and the chest. Coming up even higher, guys, so feeling into the back of the legs and then starting to lower the heels down. You're lifting the toes up this time, so you're keeping the march going, but the toes are flexing back towards the shins. Finding your balance through the center though, so you are not tilting the body back. You are keeping length here and keeping a lift up out of the pelvic floor. Now just letting the toes come down and continuing with that neutral march. Now you're starting to roll the shoulders all the way up and releasing the shoulders back and down. Doing a few shoulder rolls back and then a few shoulder rolls forward. So lifting those shoulders all the way up, releasing the shoulders forward and down. And then inhale, sweeping the arms up, looking up, pressing the palms out. And releasing the arms down, sweeping the arms. Inhale, exhale, pressing those palms out to the side. Keeping this going, so you're finding a really nice stretch here. And then you are sweeping the arms all the way up through the center and pressing the palms out as you float those arms back down. Starting to reverse this, so finding those sweeps of the arms all the way through center, pressing the palms out and lowering the arms down. Nice work, and back to our march. So keeping this going. Maybe you're starting to move faster with this, or you might be lifting those knees up even higher, really feeling those arms swinging, so feeling the connection of the muscles here, relaxing the fingers so we're not gripping into the hands, and we are relaxing shoulders down and march it out, breathing deeply in through the nose, out the nose or mouth. This is actually such a powerful workout, you guys. Inhale, just starting to bring the arms out to a T, and you're starting to bring the arms forward and then pressing the back of those arms to come back again. So softness into the elbows, bringing the arms forward, palms facing down, and then using the back of those arms to press back. Nice work, keeping this going. Making sure that you're not bringing those shoulders up towards the ears and staying here. We are starting to circle the arms, so just tiny circles in one direction and keeping this going. So arms are about shoulder height or slightly lower, keeping the legs going and then circling the other way. Tiny circles, really letting the arms be moving this, all those muscles here. Then we're starting to bring the palms to face upward and you're starting to squeeze those biceps. So bringing the palms in towards the head and then opening back out again. So you are finding that connection to the bicep muscles, the top of the arms, keeping the shoulders away from the ears. Finding one more of these, and then the palms face forward and you are bringing the palms together in front of you and then bending the elbows as you bring the hands to prayer and then lengthening the arms forward again and opening the arms back out. So keeping this going. So as you do this, not bringing those arms up too high, so you've got the arms about shoulder height or slightly below, and we are really just working to bend through those elbows. You're keeping an openness across the front side of the chest, and you are keeping a soft core engagement here. You are starting to lower this down, so we're starting to move with this, bringing the hands down a little bit lower as you start to work through this. So we are really getting here into all of those arm muscles as well as working into the core as we keep the core engaged, lifting up out of the pelvic floor, bringing the hands down even lower. So you are starting to point downward and then opening out, closing back in, and then bending through the elbows to bring the hands back through prayer. Now we're going to stay here, guys, bringing the arms back to that T shape, and you've got the palms facing up this time. Starting to circle in one direction and then the other, working through the arms, palms facing up, and then you're bringing the palms to face backward and you are starting to press back. So it's just a very small press back using the back muscles to press the arms backward. So it's really not so much about thinking about the hands here. We're thinking about those back muscles. You've got softness into the elbows. And now you're starting to bring the arms down by your side, bringing the arms up, and then pressing the palms to the back wall. So it's kind of a float of the arms. You've got softness into those elbows, imagining almost that you are painting a wall. So you're flowing with this. It is a softness of the elbows as you come up, and then you're pressing the palms down and back. Let's stay here, guys, bringing the arms down, just tiny little pulses back here. So keeping the arms lengthened back behind you, just pressing back, using the back of the arms, the tricep muscles to press back. You've got softness into the elbows, little micro bend there, so you're not locking out through those joints. Now keeping the arms all the way behind you, and we are crossing the hands behind you. So shoulders away from the ears, tiny little cross of those hands behind the back here, keeping the feet moving, keeping your breath going. A few more. And then we are starting to take a moment here to come back to that march. So just starting to swing the arms a little bit more, lifting the knees up a little bit higher, doing so amazing, you guys. We are over halfway there. So this is going to get everything you need here in this 20 minutes, guys. This is such a great workout to do without any equipment, and I'm sure you are feeling it. It's amazing how something so simple can be so effective. Keep it going. Awesome, guys. We're going to start to bring the arms up, and you're bending through those elbows, palms facing forward, and then you're pressing the arms up, lowering the elbows back down, and keeping this going. So the arms are in a slight forward hinge here, and you are just pressing up and bending the elbows and drawing back in, keeping your core softly engaged, keeping a neutral pelvis, keeping those legs going and not letting those shoulders come up towards the ears. We're working so hard here, you guys. This is going to get results, so keep it going. Now starting to bring the arms down by your sides, and then keeping the elbows locked in tight. And you are starting to bend through the elbows, and then starting to make fists as you bring the fingers to come in towards the palms, and then lowering the arms down, palms facing forward, spreading wide through the fingers. So you're finding a really nice connection here into those biceps. At the same time, we're also starting to lengthen and stretch the fingers, and we are finding a beautiful connection here into all of the arm muscles. Shoulders are relaxed, guys. Don't let those shoulders come up, and keeping the legs moving, breathing. Nice work. Elbows locked in close, and then coming back to that march. Starting to march the feet out a little bit wider, so you can start to turn the toes out slightly, heels slightly turned in, and you are keeping the pelvis in a neutral, keeping that march going, but walking the feet all the way out to about shoulder width or even slightly wider, and seeing if you can lift the knees up a little bit higher as you do this. Maybe you're starting to come down into more of a squat position if you want to make this even more challenging. So starting to lower the pelvis down, but keeping length into the spine, swinging those arms as you do this, and coming down as low as you can, sinking into the heels, finding an openness across the front side of the pelvis. Knees are tracking in line with the ankles, so you're not rolling the knees in and you're not pressing those knees too far out. Coming down even lower, you guys. You might even stay down nice and low here into a squat, keeping it going, lifting the foot up as high as you can, lowering it back down with control, keeping your neutral pelvis, keeping the body centered through that center. Now starting to come all the way up high onto the toes. You are finding that march here and getting into the back of the legs, and then starting to lower the heels down, coming back to that neutral, and then starting to walk the feet in and coming all the way, toes pointing forward, coming back to that regular march. Keep it going. Breathing deeply in, fully out. Now we're going to start to slow this down a little bit as we start to come to our beautiful relaxing part of the workout. So just starting to slow it down, letting the head to move in any way that feels good, maybe wiggling through the jaw, letting the hands relax, fingers relaxing, arms relaxing, but keeping your march going, and maybe shaking the arms out a little bit here, maybe rolling the shoulders up, releasing the shoulders down, or maybe just wiggling through the shoulders, just finding anything that feels really awesome and finding some deep breaths. And eventually we're going to come all the way to a stop. So just slowing all the way down and taking some time to just slow it down. Nice. Just stepping the feet out a little bit wider. Sweeping the arms all the way up, looking up. Inhale, exhale as you float the arms out to the side and releasing down into a forward fold. Just staying here, you guys, in your fold. You can have softness into the knees as much as you like here. Or you can start to straighten out through the back of the knees. We're just taking some time here to just relax down. If it feels too much to have the head all the way down, you can always bring the hands onto the top of the knees, just above the knees. Or you might just come all the way down and release the whole head, letting the head, the arms relax down, the back of the neck releasing. Maybe a nod of the head yes, a shake of the head no, as you just breathe in deeply through the nose, out the nose or mouth, just letting the pelvis lengthen up high towards the ceiling. Feeling the breath here, breathing deeply into the belly and fully out again as you release any tension out the top of the head down into the earth. Nice. And then we're coming all the way down to a seated position. So you can grab hold of a couple of pillows or maybe a block, maybe a bolster of some kind, and bring that to come underneath the knees if you're noticing with the legs extended here that it doesn't feel entirely amazing. Otherwise, we're just starting to straighten the legs forward, flexing the toes back towards the face, lifting up toward out of the low back, all the way out the top of the head. And then as you inhale, lengthening up a little bit more, and as you exhale, starting to walk the hands forward, releasing the head down towards the knees. Just taking some time here to let the head hang heavy. Maybe for a deeper stretch you might be grabbing hold of the heels or the back of the feet to start to draw the body a little bit further towards those feet. Just not locking out through the back of those knees. So we want to have the tailbone lengthening to the back, and we want to allow the whole body, the torso, to start to soften further forward. Taking some cleansing breaths here, in through the nose, releasing all the way down into your stretch. Awesome. And then when you're ready, coming all the way back up, lengthening up tall from the tailbone all the way out the top of the head. And then you can take hold of one of your props if you want to. You don't need to have a prop if you don't have one available, but you might use a block or maybe a small bolster or even a bigger bolster. You're starting to come all the way down onto your back. We're going to do a little waterfall pose here. So just starting to press into the feet, lifting the pelvis up, placing your prop on the sacrum, which is that flat bony part at the base of the spine, just above the tailbone, and starting to float the legs up towards the ceiling. So you can have softness into those knees, allowing a comfortable position of the head, some length into the back of the neck, maybe just letting the arms come out a little bit wider. You might flip the palms to face up towards the ceiling, finding a nice release of the back of those shoulders down into your mat, and just letting everything relax here. Taking some nice deep breaths. Thanking yourself for doing this today. You can stay here, guys, as long as you like in this position, or of course doing anything else that feels amazing for you today. Congratulations for doing this. You should feel really proud of yourself. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. I would love to hear from you if you have any feedback on what you would like to see more of on the channel, anything at all. So leave a comment, and even just letting me know how you're going with the workouts. And if you haven't already, of course, I'd love for you to subscribe to receive more of these workouts weekly, free to you here on the YOGALATES with SJ channel. I hope you have an incredible rest of your day, guys. Take care. See you again soon.